Hey, Caleb Walker here, back at you with a new video. And today I'm going to talk to you about Airborne School. So Airborne School is in Fort Benning, Georgia. It's 3 weeks long. The first week is ground week. Second week is tower week, and the third week is jump week. So I got there on a Friday, I believe. Yeah, Friday. And then basically you get there and you go to fill out like all your paperwork and make sure you have airborne physical and all that, like all your stuff's in order, and so you can PCS to later on when you graduate the course and stuff. They have all of your information in order, and that way when you graduate, they have your proper name and rank and all that. And then after that, they showed us to our rooms. Basically, moved our stuff up there, got ready, and then we just pretty much chilled for the weekend. And then we started that Monday. And basically, you get up, you do PT. Most of the time, you ran, which in Airborne School you'll learn you run everywhere, but the PT you'd run, or they'd have you every other day, it'd be like a run, and then the next day you do like core, so you do like push-ups and stuff. And then ground week you work on, like you'd learn how to you'd fall a lot in ground week. So you learn how to do PLS, which is parachute landing falls. So basically, you jump, keep your feet and knees together slightly bent, and then count to 6,000. And then you practice putting on the parachute harness, and like you kind of get an idea of what the parachute pack tray and reserve are gonna feel like. You practice like rigging up all the equipment and stuff, so that way when you get to jump week, you know what to do. You battle buddy rig each other, because you gotta do that later on in the harness shed. You go through a lot of mock doors, so the C-130 and we did a lot of C-130. I believe we did C-130s in up week, right? Yeah. And C-17s, I believe, is the other one. So you just basically practice going through that, with the static line, walking and practice shuffling to the door and jumping getting the proper exit, because that's the first point of performance, is proper exit. Check canopy, gain canopy control. And then you basically do that, and you keep practicing that and over and over again, so you get it instilled in your mind. Then again, you have the weekend to yourself. Second week's tower week. Basically, all the PT and stuff's basically the same. And then you practice jumping a lot, so like you basically bring everything together. So you still work on PLFs and stuff, but then you go to the 34-foot tower, and you practice jumping out of that with Hollywood style, which is just your parachute and then your reserve parachute. And then you practice combat equipment, which is the same thing with the parachute and reserve parachute. And then you have the rucksack between your legs, which really sucks. You'll find that out if you go to Airborne School. That sucks, especially when you have to sit in the harness shed with that on for like 10 hours. Like, it sucks, and you can't talk or anything. It's terrible. But you do that, and then you go through more mock doors and stuff. Then you do the swing trainer, which is like you practice your pulling your riser slips into like the certain direction. So they'll be like front riser, like you're performing front left PLF. So you'd pull the rear right riser, and you do the opposite basically. And then the Sergeant Airborne will pull this lever, which is the black hats. I forgot to mention that earlier in the video. The black hats are the cadre for Airborne School. They're called Sergeant Airbornes. They release a lever. It drops you, and you keep your feet and knees together, and perform the proper PLF and you pull the proper slip, you'll be all right. and then you go over all the safety procedures you have to go to, like a water landing. If you hit, if you're gonna hit power line and stuff like that, and make sure, or if you land on someone's canopy, what to do. So you go over that, which is really important. And it teaches you a lot of things because on jump week I landed on someone's canopy and it was kind of scary, but that's why you go through the training, so that helped. And then the third week, and then you get to the weekend, same thing as always. Third week is jump week, so you wake up really early, like 3:30, 4 o'clock, and you run to the harness shed. Sorry, I almost said rigger shed because I'm an 18 now, and that's what we work at rigger sheds, and that's my name. So sorry about that. So you run to the harness shed, and you go over pre-jump, which is basically they just go over all what to do during every situation stuff. Like I said, it's like what you do in the second week when you go over all the safety stuff for like water landing and power line landing and stuff like that. You go over that in pre-jump. Work on you do some PLFs to make sure you still got it, and then you go and grab and you eat MREs that week too. But then you'll go and grab a parachute from the ringer shed because they have riggers there that make the parachutes for everyone. You'll go grab a parachute, and you have to make sure you want to get that nice and tight up in your shoulder because you have to run back with it to the harness shed. And I had to learn that quickly because I have small arms, and you gotta put that shit over there. Run back. Then you're gonna battle buddy rig each other. So you're gonna battle buddy. We'll put each other's parachutes on, and you want to make sure you do it right because you're gonna be sitting down for a very long time, waiting for a window. And when I went, there was terrible weather for the whole week I was there on jump week, so the windows can be very small. So you want to do everything fast but also safely as possible, so that way you and your whole class can graduate on time. Because some of my class had to stay behind because we weren't able to get all the way done because of weather. So you battle buddy rig, you'll sit down, and then basically the sergeant airborne will come back. Because they're certified jump masters, they'll come around, inspect all your equipment, make sure you did everything right and everything's good to go. You sit there and wait, and I mean like hours, like 10, 12 hours, and then a plane finally shows up, and your chalk. And once your chalk is ready to go, you get aboard the plane. And I'm not gonna lie to you, it's really scary your first time. Like I was scared as hell. I was shaking and stuff, nervous. And the sergeant airborne's like 10 minutes, and you're like, okay, I got 10 minutes. And I swear, right when you leave the runway and he says 10 minutes, he opens the door, and he's like outboard personnel, inboard personnel, stand up, and you're like, oh shit, it's about to go down, because in your head you're thinking 10 minutes, but no, it goes really fast because the drop zone's right next to the airport that we use. And then he opens the door, and you're scared as hell, and he's like, you're like, I came this far, I don't want to be even though I was scared, I was like, I don't want to be a jump refusal, because if you're a jump refusal, you don't complete the course because you couldn't make the jump out of the airplane because you have to do 5 jumps in order to graduate from airborne school. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna do it. So I handed him my stack line, I turned to the door, and I it felt like a vacuum. Because I threw my leg out to jump, and it just sucked me out. So there was no turning back or anything even if I wanted to. And I was so scared. It was that feeling where kind of on a roller coaster, you go to scream but nothing comes out. That's how I felt. I was but nothing came out, and then you feel that jolt because you count to 6,000, but you feel that jolt. And because you can definitely tell, when you do enough jumps, you can tell when your parachute's get open because you feel that jolt. You look up and check your canopy, and you're it's just the first time. I'll never forget my first time because I was so scared, and then I was so relieved. And then once your parachute opens, I was yo, this is actually kind of cool. It wasn't that bad, but jumping, I was scared all 5 times. I was less scared each time, but you're still nervous because jump air, being in the air is worse than the ocean. Like, if that tells you anything, like, it's more unpredictable than the sea. So anything can happen at any given time. And it was fun. So you do the 2 Hollywoods, then you do some combat jumps, then a night jump. So then after that, you graduate either on the field or back at. We graduated the next day because we were trying to get in everyone, but we couldn't. So it was really late. So we got some sleep in, woke up, graduated, and then I came here. I got on the bus the following day, and drove up to Virginia for my AT and Fort Lee. And I'm currently a hold under, waiting to start rigger school. So can't wait for that. Anyway, Kayla Walker signing off. Peace out. God bless, and have an amazing day.